Welcome back, everyone, to the Split Filter channel. We're going to finish up the curling that we started in the last video editing, photo editing session we had. This is more freestyle, not as structured as last time, but in this video, we are going to discuss several pros I've come across this software, at least Photomater, and some of the pros, some of the cons. And as I'm going through the editing or uh, quick editing, more or less, of a couple of these photos. I'm just gonna do 2 photos. It's gonna be a short format video today. By short, I mean within 15 minutes. We'll discuss some of the findings that I'm really excited for and some concerns I may have for photographers in the aspect of printing and preparing for printing. As far as editing, it is a good suite. It is designed to quickly capture, if not collect, a series of photos, batch editing them as needed, moving on to a more advanced editing tool, which is for the next phase would be going into Pixelmator Pro and diving in further into the editing process. So there's not going to be too much constraint. Heavy editing in these series of Photomators is just to quickly pull out the substance and then we're finding them in Pixelmator Pro. So that being said, last time we were together, we edited the skyline Sears Tower photo and the crane. Still gonna go in and make some more edits to those, but at face value, pretty good so far. Pulled out some good details, pushed some of the hidden information from aspects of shadows and highlights, and refining those. So today we're gonna just do 2 more, and we'll go over the pros and cons thus far, and hopefully the Pixelmator team can go in and add some of the add some features, refine some of the concerns I may have. But we're going to start with the 2 photos we're going to do edit today, as we discussed, is this one, and I believe I'm going to do the little greenhouse. We'll see that in a bit. So for this one, the focus, obviously, giant flag, water tower. I can pass those up. And this is downtown Chicago area per se. So let's jump into it. So one of the first things, let's start with the pros. Pro-wise, if you're editing the photo at any point, you get all the machine learning tools, which is pretty cool. I think that this is a good idea to have, just to give you a starting point to say, okay, is that a good edit? Yeah, I actually like the warmer tones than the cooler tones, but I'm gonna keep it cool. But I will skew it just a little bit. So I got a 9, and I'm gonna push it towards 4. So yeah, I'm gonna bring it back to 4. Looks 4 to 5. So I use it as the machine learning as an idea, just to give me an idea, like, okay, does that look good? Okay, should I push it more, pull back from the edit of what the machine learning aspect is providing? Now, you don't have to do that at all. It's your photo, it's your art, do as you see fit. This brings me to the next aspect that is a pro. Revert to original. This button right here, it's not hidden in a sub menu. You don't have to go looking for it or scroll all the way towards the edit stack like so. That's not a thing, right? It's all right there. It's right there for you to just quickly, or you can click this button to have a quick side by side. There you go. So it's right there for you on the top left corner. Let's grab the machine learning, see what it's pulling and pushing. Okay, so the exposure, obviously we'll push on that. Bring back the highlights a little bit so you get some more of that cloud action. I might push the exposure just a bit more. Push the shadows. See what we can get from under the foliage just enough. Because I would like to see the texture of the wood. By what I'm referring to is down here. So a little bit of texture from the wood right there. It's not too much, not to overdo it. Don't want to lose too much detail, get that crunch effect. Pull back on the brightness, because we can adjust forward with exposure to get some more out. Push the contrast a little bit, just enough to get the shadows back that we just pushed. Black point, we're lower that, but not to lose out on the foliage. Yeah, right there. We want to pull back, but not that far back. There we go. Okay, so my distinctive role when it comes to texture and clarity globally is gonna have a larger effect. So if I see how HDR that looks now, so I just think of this as the larger photo, not too much, and then to refine it, that's when I bring in the texture. There we go. So I can go a little bit higher in texture, but limit the clarity. So as we can see, there's good amount of information. We can actually crop it right here and still have some good imagery of this tower. And I tend to always try to even out my photos by even like the horizon line 50-50. I'm forcing myself to do more a third sky, 2/3, foreground and midground. So this would be really cool right here by itself. But that being said, the crosswalk element, it's a good play on water distribution, foreground. If you get it, you get it. Hue and saturation. Let's see what the machine learning is offering us. Not much different. Okay, so saturation is what it's pushing. So I'll push a little bit more on the saturation aspect. Vibrance, we're gonna leave that alone. Selective color, three-way split, or we can go shadow, midtones, and whatnot. So I'm gonna do a three-way split and keep it in that notion. A little bit push on the intensity. The blues are getting a little too much, and dial it back a little bit. Midtones, crank it up and see what we can do there. Bring it down. I like this a bit on the midtones, but it's just a little too much. Go. Shadows wise, crank it up again, and then play with it like that. Just intensity, bring it down. So that is a good adjustment per se, but my shadows, I'm still thinking it's a little much. So I'm gonna bring it down a little bit. There you go. The blue on that vehicle is just a little too intense. And we don't want to get to the HDR realm. Okay. Backlights, channels, mixing, So we can crop in a bit, which I'm thinking of doing so. I'm gonna go into the crop aspect of it, and we want to keep it within a 16:9 ratio. I'm thinking 4:5. No, 16:9 will be fine. So this was shot on a Hasselblad square format per se. We can keep it within the square format, more square. But I'm gonna do a 16:9 to look at it, see how that affects it. Yeah, I'm gonna crop it more. So I'm gonna keep it at 16:9, but I'm gonna just enough to do that right there. There we go. Maybe move it around a little bit more. There we go. All right, yeah, I think this one's a pretty good looking photo so far. So we're gonna keep it as so. Now let's do a little bit of cleanup. I should have done the cleanup a little earlier, but we're gonna do a little bit of cleanup here. Just a quick scan to see if there's any there's any things that need to be removed. So far, it's not too bad, but I see one area that could be adjusted. Looking good. It's not bad actually. Zoom out, but what I want to do is go back to the cropping and then adjust the vertical lines just a bit. I'm looking at this building right here. Just want to straighten that out a little bit. But yeah, that looks pretty good right there. All right. We're going to call it a done on this one. And what we're going to do is give that a 3-star rating. There you go. First 3-star. I should have done the 3-star rating on this one up there, as well as this one up here. So these are going to stay with the 3 stars. Next is our green building here. So we covered the pros. Let's cover a little bit about the cons aspect. Con-wise, con-wise, for this software, for me, to take it to the next level, as I mentioned, the intent is to print, and printing a photo or 2 per month. As we give these ratings to these photos, I want to move forward and prepare to print them, be it directly from Photomator, or if we move on to Pixelmator for heavier editing, I would like the option to import ICC profiles directly into Photomator for printing. So if I click Command Print now, I can select my printer. My printer's not directly connected on right now for printing. Preset wise, it has some copies, size, and all of that. That's nice. Media quality and layout. There's no ICC profile option to load into printer info. Yeah, so doesn't have any of those factors. Another aspect of photography, for those of us that print in the room, we use soft proofing, and soft proofing is not an option or any proofing at all. So that is one factor I would like to see embedded into Photomator. I know it's built into Pixelmator Pro, but as we progress, and this is going to be a primary tool for several photographers that are moving away from Adobe, this would be fantastic. I've read in several Reddit posts or photography forums where using a LUT is an option, but I feel like that is a workaround that should not be a factor. If not, there should be a better way or to import ICC photo profile or photo paper profiles directly into Photomator to make it a little bit easier on us. So on this photo, let's see what the white balance machine learning provides. Oh, I actually like that. The bricks on and popping is really nice. So I'm actually gonna mimic this as much as possible. 16 by 3, okay. Split the hair, let's go to 10. Bring it to a 3, yeah, so a little warmer. Okay, yeah, that works. Okay, we're gonna push the exposure. Bring back the highlights. I'm liking the clouds in the background. The leading lines that leads you directly to the building, I really love. This photo is really nice. Push the shadows a bit, trying to get back some of that information underneath these balconies. Not too much. Pull back on the brightness, just the hair. contrast. We're going to bring back some of that information just a little bit. Black points. Push it just a hair. All right, once again, clarity, I start with it, don't go too high on it. See what the extreme is. It's pretty extreme. But just to bring it up a bit. Texture wise, just this has a bit more shift to it. Okay. You know what? I'm liking this. Not too much on the saturation, just a little bit. I'm not gonna mess with the vibrancy. And here we go, 3 color aspect. So for highlights, I have to bring it up and then push the highlights just a little bit and draw them down actually. There you go. Midtones, push them just a hair on down as well. And for the shadows, the global aspect of it, just push it a bit more, start drawing it down. For the levels, and sharpen, let's go to sharpen. Just a hair under sharpening. Just too much on there. Just brings that white cast into the photo, just highlights. I'm just gonna, just enough. Invert it back. Refine it a bit more. Okay. All right, so let me check the levels. Okay, sharpen grain and all right. Next, we're going to do a little bit of straightening for the perspectives. Perspective-wise, I'm looking at this section of the building. It's kind of skewing to the right a little bit, but as well as these lines are fine. But let's see if we can split it just a bit. A little bit. Okay. There we go. 16:9 crop. Let's do a original. I'm gonna keep it 16:9 for now. 4:5, if possibly. 4:3 ratio, but too much information is reintroduced. 3:2. There we go. That looks. And then crop wise, I'm going to take this and bring it in just a hair. Okay. All right, I think this is our second photo for today. So pros wise, we discussed the cons. It's for printing in preparation for color matching for your prints. As I mentioned, the intent is to print 1 or 2 photos per month. We're using the Canon Pixel Pro 100 printer. Just picked it up with a screaming good deal on it. And the intent is to print 13:19 prints. Next, we need to select paper, and I'll provide you some further details as to which paper we decided. So thank you for joining me as I edited these photos. The live streams will start probably tomorrow if I can publish this video today. you all have a great day, and see you on the next one.